Welcome back, everyone. Got a backlog of videos here, just a couple from this spring. I spent some time up around camping at East Harbor in late May. I think the weekend after Memorial Day. I was up there for the Walleye Bash. It's for wounded veterans and veterans. Basically, we camp at the state park there. DNR pays for our campsites, and we take the guys out fishing for 3 days. A couple of the days it blew really hard. I ended up coming up all week, and my plan was to go out smallmouth fishing. You know, that whole week. That's prime time. That last week in May, but I only made it up there out to the islands once. I think that whole week it blew pretty bad that week. So what I did was I pulled an audible, and since I was right there at East Harbor State Park, I could go in there and get out of the wind. So did some largemouth fishing. Again, prime time. Took me a little bit to find what the fish were doing. That first day I fished them, I fished them 2 days, I think, when I was up there, and did pretty good both days. No real big ones, but just constant action. You'll see at the end of the video, I included a couple fish catches from my primary spot in there. So those 2 days, like I said, first day, half day, spent some time looking around, obviously at all the docks, everything like that. Tried any type of structure, rock, seawall, stuff like that. This is the type of stuff I like fishing in East Harbor and West Harbor. Um, but my primary spot ended up being, well, let me back up a second. I headed down, so I fished all this stuff. Did okay. I caught a few fish, but they're not. I wasn't catching the numbers that you typically do that last week of May. So what I did was I came up here towards the mouth. I did not fish the rock wall out here, the riprap, just because it was blowing. I think it was blowing from the east, and it was real bad, like blowing 20 some plus. So I don't know if I think I just decided not to go up there. Well, anyway, so I fished down these docks here, and nobody. So I had none of the big boats were heading out because the water was so rough. So I could kind of poke around in there and fish where I wanted because I don't like people getting in people's way, pulling in and out of their docks. Well, anyway, I fished down this whole stretch and I caught 3 fish down that whole stretch, and I figured, that's typically where I like to fish, and that's typically where I catch a bunch of fish. I'm like, I'm thinking, where the heck are these fish? So what I did was, and the grass was up by this time. It had already gotten hot, and the grass was up. So this whole area right here, in front of these boathouses, and I think there's a flagpole or somewhere. Anyway, this little peninsula right here, in between those boathouses and that peninsula, I kind of just started fan casting around. It's like 3.5 foot, I think, three and a half to 4, and then there's obviously a channel up here by the boathouses. So what I did was I started back here in the back, just started fan casting around with was using an Ocho with a split shot in the front of it, kind of just dragging it through the grass. And I caught like 3 in a row. So I was like, oh well, this is where they are roaming this. They're roaming this shallow grass out here. So I ended up putting a beaver on a bait caster, using a Reaction Innovations beaver. I think a 4 inch with a half or 3/4. I think it might have been a 3/4 weight to get it through that grass. But anyway, I just started whipping that thing out there and dragging it. Had a great day. It was one right after the other. I mean, I don't know how many fish, just a lot of 2 to 3 pound fish, pound and a half to 3 pounds. Couple nice ones, pushing 3, maybe a little over 3, something like that. Figured this might help you guys out in the springtime there. The best spot by far that I found was in this grass flat back here. Now there is a boat channel that comes down here so these people can get to their docks down here. I didn't really fish that. I cast it over there a couple times and never caught a fish. They were all up on this shallow grass back here. And actually caught the first day I fished back here. I actually caught a walleye. I caught a 17-inch walleye back here on a beaver. Couldn't believe it. I thought it was a nice bass, and I pulled it up 17-inch walleye. So anyway, that is basically that first day I fished, and I'll have two videos back to back here. I've got another smallmouth video for you guys. I think the following day I went smallmouth fishing, if I remember right. So, but anyway, next time you guys are up there, late May, maybe even mid to late May, check this spot out. You can probably fan cast over there and replicate what I had going on. No, I'll just roll straight into the fish catches. I think there's a couple on there, maybe three. But you can see the technique, just casting out, dragging it back. That's it. And they were aggressive with it. You could definitely feel the bite. So, all right, appreciate you guys. Thanks.